This place sucks. I mean, there's a reason it was abandoned. But it used to be the most wonderful land in all the world of A Song of Ice and Fire, and why can't it be that way once again? I'm going to turn this land full of deadly fires, disasters, all kinds of crazy monsters, and the occasional fireworm attack into the most developed and richest kingdom using good old-fashioned playing tall strategies. And in the end, we'll use this power to, I don't know, take over the world and stuff. We'll be using the Game of Thrones mod with the Valyria add-on. Links to the mods in the description. And we'll be starting in 1 AD, a year after the full destruction of Valyria. It's an event called the Doom, so you know it's serious. Our starting character, Emperor Aurorion, was on vacation during this event, and has proclaimed himself to be the new Emperor of Valyria. Except he isn't even there yet. We're much further north than Valyria, which was probably a good thing since everything here is destroyed. But that doesn't matter. With 30,000 men, we will head back. Now that's a massive army, and honestly, building up an army and watching it grow is one of the most satisfying parts of games like this. This game has been getting a ton of new content recently, so there's never really a shortage of things to do. Like right now, there's a special Echoes of Oz event about Dorothy, Gale, and her dog Toto from The Wizard of Oz. And the best part is that you can now get your hands on the brand new legendary champion Dorothy Gale for free by logging in for 7 days during the Dorothy Gale chase. Keep logging in for another 7 days to earn extra gear and upgrades for Dorothy Gale. You can also unlock Dorothy's friends Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and the Cowardly Lion. Moreover, in this event you can take on the Azilda the Wicked as the dungeon boss in the limited time event dungeon to earn chronophage gear and other valuable rewards. I've actually been playing Raid Shadow Legends myself, and one of the things I really like about it is just how much there is to build towards. You've got over 1,000 champions to collect and upgrade, and there are constantly new things to work on. You can put together a better team, take on bosses, or just make your champions ridiculously powerful. If you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description or scan my QR code to get amazing bonuses available only via my link. Right now you'll get 3 free legendary champions and 1 free epic. One of those legendary champions is Narma the Returned. Get another legendary champion for free by using one of the following promo codes. Although I gotta say I recommend picking Pelops the Victor, because I mean come on, look how cool he is. These champions are available within 48 hours after downloading with my link or QR code only. And of course, log in for 7 days to get the 3rd legendary champion Dorothy Gale for free. Additionally, reach level 15 to get an amazing epic champion, Chonoru from the Shadowkin faction. These champions are only available when you download the game through my custom link or QR code, so if you want to grab them, now's the time. And using my link also helps support me and my channel. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. And thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Where were we? Oh yeah, heading to Valyria. This is going to be a long trip, isn't it? As an adventurer, I can go with the Valor lifestyle in case we need to do a little bit of a war. Now, our character is awesome. We have an illustrious sword and armor set, and we're a brilliant strategist. You'll also notice that we're a great dragon rider. We've arrived at Nymeria's palace in Ethos, the place that used to be conquered by Valyria. Here we have a choice to make. I can either resupply and continue traveling to Valyria, or I could attempt to take over Valanthus and make a new Valyria. But of course, we don't want a new Valyria, we want to restore the old Valyria. Man, I said Valyria a lot there, huh? We shall continue forwards. Valanthus is pretty cool, but once we leave, we'll be in dangerous territory. Starting now. Again, there's a reason this place was abandoned. We'll be traveling through all these ruins, and who knows what dangerous stuff presides. One of those dangerous things are fireworms. They're like dragons but without wings and prefer to be underground. We must continue, so I have to defeat this beast. We have a powerful dragon, so we were able to pull ahead and win. The ground literally just opened up beneath us and is spewing out molten fire. That would be pretty stressful. Look how many of these events we're gonna have to deal with. Now we're up against a Valyrian soldier, but we won the duel. We're starting to build up a history of kills here. Ah crap, I should have known better than to face a man named Aemon. This time the fire got us, and another duel defeat. Yes, this is how the start of the game goes. There's going to be a lot of restarts. These dragon duels are awesome though. We won it. It didn't matter though, that run is over. Ooh, we're getting real close. We're sailing our way to Valyria. Ash serpents? What is wrong with this world? We're guaranteed to be hurt, but maybe we'll survive? I survived that just to be attacked by Emberlings, tiny draconic creatures. You know what? Restoring Valyria as a burned hero is kinda awesome. If I was able to survive all the horrible monsters but not some random dude, that would have been embarrassing. We've made it. I've arrived in Valyria and have found the crown, but we have a long way to go before this land is habitable. We also found a dragon egg. That'll come in handy. To bring Valyria back, we need to fix our domain, and we need to rehabilitate the land. I definitely can't afford this right now though, and I don't think I want to wait hundreds of years while only making 0.2 gold per month to reach the amount we would need. Normally buildings are good, and they help you. Well, in this case we have a mine that only hurts us and literally causes fireworms to attack. But you know, if we upgrade it, it sure does give us a lot of money. It's going to take 8 long years to upgrade, but once it completes, we'll have some income. Huh, we have no counselors. I guess all the nobility died, huh? But I do have the decision to appoint a new head dragon keeper for free, and he can be made a counselor, so I guess we have one now. I'll use him to increase our control, which will take a nice quick 28 years. I'll add an authority focus to that to get the control growth to go up a bit faster, because I really don't want to wait that long. So let's see, it's not just this mine making the county suck, it's a lot of buildings. Each of them need to be upgraded to the max level to get rid of them. This one makes building stuff suck, but for some reason gives development growth. Getting rid of that one will be weird. I guess I shouldn't really be calling these buildings. They're more like obstacles. Like noxious gases isn't a building, but the way they've implemented it is so that it works like a building, except when we upgrade it, the negative effects will go away. Our land is also a settlement, not even a feudal castle, so we only have tribal buildings here. So we have a basic understanding of our land. How about our culture? We're of the high Valyrian culture. There's not many others of our culture, in fact we should be the only county with it. We have access to the Dragon Guard men-at-arms, we have a couple traditions that make rebellions less likely, which will help if you wanted to make an empire, but we don't have any particularly good economic traditions. Something like maritime mercantilism would be great since most if not all of our land will be on the coast. I know our capital sucks right now, but just know once we fix everything, this place is going to be awesome. It has 8 holding slots, each of them being the urban terrain type, giving us plus 50% development growth. And I've become possessed. Every year or couple of years, I'm going to be getting this event, and when I least expect it, I bet a fireworm will come out and kill everyone. That's future me's problem to worry about though. Hey, my son hatched the dragon. Since we don't have a military, I need to hope all my characters get dragons. That way no one can declare war on us. I've gotten Serf the crown, and now it'll only take 10 years to reach max control. We need control to get the money from the mine when it finishes. Now time for religion. We follow the 14 flames. None of this stuff matters that much, but we do have taxed non-believers, which means counties of other religions will give us more money, which I'm not really sure if I'll be able to effectively make use of. It also has this marriage thing with a word that I don't even want to try and pronounce, but basically it lets you do incest. Yeah. Our mine is finished constructing, and on top of that, we found some gold in there. The building has a base gold output of 8 per month, which is pretty nuts, but it'll still need to be upgraded once more. But that's going to take way more money than I have. In the meantime, I'll try to get rid of these noxious gases. I have to get rid of all the bad stuff here before I feudalize into a castle anyways. Wait, I just figured out that I can fire my head dragon keeper for free, and then I can appoint a new one right after, and then fire him again. Wait, this is a great way to get counselors. I'm looking for a good marshal, but I just found a good steward that works too. I'm just gonna keep doing this until I can fill all of my council positions. All these lame ruins make construction time really high, so we're gonna be waiting for a while. Wait, for only 125 gold, I can buff our holding taxes and development for 50 years. That is an incredible deal. Yep, it was only a matter of time before a fireworm would emerge. I hope we'll be able to defeat it, and if not, I hope my heir is ready. We killed it! And by we, I mean my dragon. Just because we killed that one doesn't mean others won't spawn, so we're still in the danger zone. Yeah, that was fast, but they stood no chance against Viserion. We're doing a little celebration fly. Our control is up, so it's time to switch to a good old-fashioned wealth focus to make more money. 1 tier of noxious gases completed, and 1 more to go, so another 8 years. Just so you know, I'm going down the architect trait to help us construct all these things for cheaper and quicker. The noxious gases were removed, and at the same time we're getting information on the wall, even though we're so far away and don't care. Faltering heart, I'm 46. It's probably from all the dang stressful situations this land is causing us. I really need to fix this mine, which is why I'm saving up an absurd amount of money for it. We got enough money. Once it finishes upgrading, we'll be safe from all those giant death monsters coming from the ground. And we'll get tons of gold, including holding taxes for the entire county. Oh, and development growth. While we wait for that, I'll do my best to chill out and not die from stress. While we're waiting for these super long upgrades, it's time to expand a bit. The duchy title includes these counties around us, so I want one of them. We can't just declare war and take a county a normal way. Instead, we must pay money for an expedition to reclaim a lost settlement. Just a bit of time later, and we have a settlement. That puts us past our settlement limit, so we'll lose a bit of income, but unless you're 2 or more over the limit, it doesn't really matter that much. The limit will go up when we become a duke. This new county makes us 0 gold. It also has detrimental buildings, and we can't construct anything useful until we spend money to get rid of them. With 2 counties of our culture, we're the culture head. Being the culture head lets you pick innovations, and so I'm going for windmills. Windmills are this amazing economic building, so it makes sense to go for first. We can also swap a tradition. I'm looking at city dwellers here. It gives development growth in urban, although we only really have urban in our capital. But you know, it also decreases urban construction costs, and I plan to build a lot of buildings in said capital, so let's just go for it. It'll come into effect pretty quickly. And we've died. Good thing I started establishing the tradition when I did. Our new character kinda stinks, but our son is intelligent, so we'll train him to be awesome. Oh, never mind. This game is bugged or something, and we no longer have our capital. I hate to have to do this, but I reloaded the save and got rid of the extra settlement to prevent this from happening. One bad thing after another. We're no longer the culture head because we got rid of that county, and the new culture head is replacing the tradition we just got. That's insane. It takes players 50 years to establish new traditions, yet the AI can just override one that hasn't even gone into effect yet. And I'm dead again. Wait, has this been here the whole time? No, right? I think a fireworm just did this or something. Well, we're making half the gold we should be, and it won't expire for another 20 years. When I reloaded the save, the timeline was split in two. In this timeline, we had a daughter instead of a son. Still intelligent though, and we have equal rights, so she'll be our heir. Our mine was completed! That means no more rumbling in the depths and more gold. We still have the fires unfortunately, so we're not making as much as we could be. And now I'm going to spend a fortune to upgrade yet another messed up building, and I'll begin colonizing once again. I colonized 2 counties so that I could create a duchy title, bringing our max colonies up, and preventing us from having the terrible effects. We're once again the culture head, beating out the lame Targaryens over in Westeros. I'm getting the architect perk. This will make building stuff cheaper and quicker. The colony in Valyria is completed? Wait, what? Oh, sick! Our capital has been upgraded to a castle. I didn't have to manually do it like I thought I would. We still have these messed up walls, but everything else is fixed. It's expensive and doesn't seem like it helps all that much, so let's just get economic buildings. Bakeries have a massive base income, so let's get them first. There's also so many holding slots to fill, but I'm not really sure if I want to go for temples, cities, or castles, so that'll just have to wait. You see, each barony has its own special building, but I'm not really sure which one is which. Just to guarantee I can hold it, I'll get a castle here. Our capital is stable, which means we can invest into some crazy settlements. This one has one of those mines. Actually, it looks like it's a different kind of mine. So okay, then we definitely want this. I thought it'd spawn fireworms like the one in our capital, but nah, we should be good. Maybe we should fill our entire domain with mines. Although the mine is expensive and gonna take a million years to build, so I'll upgrade this thing first to reduce that time. Let's go back to some normalcy, away from all this crazy modded stuff, and increase the development in our capital. The thing is though, development gain in a Game of Thrones mod is really slow, which to me means we'll just need to stack way more modifiers than usual. Our dragon has laid eggs. We can equip them for a ton of prestige, but of course they'll be better hatched later. Our second castle is just now finishing up, and let's see, the special building here is the Great Dragon Keep of Valyria, which is one we probably don't need right now. I was hoping that it would give us money. If I was to replay this game, I'd probably pick a different barony to unlock first. A few years of upgrading buildings later, and we have this event. We can either clear with Dragonfire to build stuff, or use the dragon to stop bandits and increase our income. I'm a sucker for gold, so I know what I'm getting. Look how cool this city looks. Each barony has a special building with a unique model. This mod is super well done. Another building we're getting is quarries. We have the ancient miners tradition that lets us build these anywhere, and that includes in the middle of a city apparently, so that's quite funny. In our settlements, in addition to upgrading buildings, I also have to upgrade the settlement holding itself a couple of times. I'm also finally getting the mine here. Since we cleared some of the negative modifiers, the mine will only take 4 years to build instead of 8. At max level, these mines even provide an additional building slot. This other county outside of our duchy has a mine, except it's a different kind of mine, the same as the one in our capital. I'm learning that there's 2 kinds of mines in this region. This one provides more gold but has the inverse effect of causing fireworm attacks until it's maxed out. I've just about turned these settlements into castle holdings, but I'll also need to reach 3 development in them, and increasing development is hard, I can't lie. It should be better once these fires go away in 5 years. Because there's a mine here, it's actually got me thinking, maybe I should have just focused on counties with mines. Like, what's the point of these counties without them? To differentiate between mines, I think I'll call the fireworm ones large mines and these other ones small mines, even though they still provide a lot of gold. But yes, that's another county with a mine. Looking through all the counties, there's 1 small mine and 2 large mines I've yet to colonize. In our kingdom, of course, I'm sure there's plenty more elsewhere in the world. Wait, our player heir is awesome. It's making me think about dying, but before we do that, let's see what we can do about this culture thing. I'd rather not share a culture with the Targaryens, so let's create our own. The bureaucratic ethos is just the best, increasing innovation and development speed. For traditions, I want city dwellers of course, since you know, it was taken from me. And luckily, it only costs 2,000 prestige with the bureaucratic ethos. We'll need 6,000 total prestige to create the new culture. Aw man, my poor son. Yeah, no, that would be pretty stressful. Hosting events will provide the prestige we need and the stress relief we also very much need. With the help of dragon eggs as well, I think we'll get all the prestige we could want. Let's claim ourselves a third mine. I'm going with the small one first so I don't have to deal with the fireworms. We can start building it immediately. Having too many settlements reduces your income by quite a bit, but I think the gold from the mines will be better than the negatives. I built a new holding in our capital and discovered the library. It has a ton of bonuses that, to be honest, I would like to hold directly, but I made the barony a city. What? Our settlement has turned into a castle, except now they want independence from me. We can't be having that. I'd like to keep you as a vassal, thank you very much. And that didn't work. They got independence, but I mean, come on. We have dragons, so I'm just gonna take it back. I guess now's a good time to get some men-at-arms though. But again, we don't really need them. We have dragons. I'll get some siege units for future wars though. Now that this county is a castle, I can build economic buildings. I constructed a temple holding in the capital, mostly because it literally looks like a temple here. And that's probably because the special building is, well, a temple. Once built, it'll give us more development growth. Ah, we've died. We lost control of this colony, which was pretty much completed, so that's crazy. But at least we have a high stewardship skill. Oh, thank God. Even though we lost the county once we got it back, it didn't reset in any way and all the upgrades we made to it stayed. It does suck that we died before creating a new culture though. I'm still getting more capital baronies built, but before getting all the new special buildings, I should upgrade our walls to get rid of the construction time penalty. There's a slot for an arena here. This barony has a gate thing, but I'll be getting some regular buildings first. The last barony has a very expensive 4-part upgrade, but it's a really good harbor that'll increase gold in the entire county, so it's useful for me to get even if we don't hold it directly. Another county of ours wants independence, but this time they just agreed to become our vassal. Them becoming a vassal is probably for the best, as I'd rather use a domain slot to get this county with the large mine. Wait, this county is awesome. In addition to having a large mine, it also has a grand temple as is one of our holy sites. Do you understand how crazy this is? The mine will get boosted by another 20%. I will attempt to upgrade this thing as soon as possible because I do not want to deal with all those death events for long. Some peasants rebelled, so I killed them. And now I'm releasing their leader in exchange for them to work for me. And then I'll put them as our marshal. Now that's what I call strategy. Oh, come on. Our vassal died and their debt passed on to me. I mean, it's not much money, but that's dumb. What's not dumb is this county. It's so cool. We're just about to unlock windmills. I'm making enough money to get another special building upgrade every few years or so. Things are really looking up for Valyria. They aren't looking up for my ruler though. All these negative stress modifiers are really putting the hurt on her. I'm losing 3 stress for this. That's insane. I'm literally gaining stress from the thing that's supposed to massively de-stress you. I get it now, Rhaenyra. And we're sick too. We've discovered windmills. Windmills provide gold, percent holding taxes, and development growth, so I'm of course getting them. They'll boost the gold our mines make. Unfortunately, they can only be built in the county capital, so they won't be boosting our other special buildings. The new large mine was upgraded once, now I need to save up enough gold to upgrade it one more time. And I crashed. And we're so back. Okay, it crashed again. So am I the idiot for attempting to play an out-of-date mod? Yes. Will I keep trying anyways? Also yes. There's a video here that I highly recommend you check out where he goes over steps to take in order to prevent crashes. Now, these won't prevent all crashes, that's for sure, but it's definitely helped. If the game looks any different from here on out, it's because of these changed settings. I got the money to upgrade our fireworm mine to the max level, and in 6 years that'll be making 11 gold plus bonuses per month and will no longer be at risk of dying to it. Our capital no longer has fires, so we're gonna be rich from that too. And I'm gonna start getting all the special buildings. Yet somehow we've still become depressed. The son is a lot better than my other kids. He's got 2 virtuous traits, he's intelligent, and he's already a dragon rider. I'll have to figure out a way to get him as our heir. I'm going to finally start the Rehabilitate Valyria project. It looks like it only is applied to 1 duchy at a time. I have all these tasks to complete, which is going to cost us 11,000 gold, so that's just insane. It's going to take a while to complete this, and I'm not going to be doing it right away. There's no time limit, so we'll be able to slowly contribute over time. Meanwhile, I want to convert our completed colonies into castles. I have to reach 3 development first, or get lucky and have one of those events do it for us. I'm promoting development so this doesn't take 100 years. There's 1 more mine left in our kingdom, but it's also a large mine with all the drawbacks. I'll claim it once one of our settlements becomes a castle. I'm unlocking the architect trait once again to continue on building. This county over here is pretty good with a mine and university slot, although it's outside of the kingdom we're playing tall in. Our second large mine is completed. Now let's get that grand temple and make this county super overpowered. And somehow the gate in our capital will give us plus 20% county taxes. Kinda nuts. When those buildings finish, we'll be over 100 gold of profit per month. I'm upgrading the last mine we currently own to the max level. Holy crap, this county has a lot of building slots. What in the world? Ignoring that, I'm going to lay claim to the last mine in the kingdom. Another large mine. That's kinda scary. I made sure to have enough money to upgrade it right away, but of course we'll have to do 2 upgrades to get rid of the danger. I was able to do that because I knew I was just about to upgrade this settlement to a castle. Now that it's a castle, I can of course get ourselves some feudal buildings like quarries. Oh, and with that new county, I can form the Kingdom of Valyria. This island and the close surrounding ones will be our home for generations. And man, are they going to make us rich beyond belief. It's time to hold my first coronation as Queen of Valyria. I'll swear to shape the realm, which will provide us development once we construct enough buildings. I've saved up prestige, so I definitely have enough to finally form ourselves a new culture. I'm adding the maritime mercantilism tradition, giving us plus 10% tax and coastal holdings, and since we're an island nation, I think this will bring in a lot of money. I'm still going with city dwellers as discussed earlier, and bam, we have ourselves a new culture. I have to convert some land to it, but that'll only take a few years per county. The rate slows down with increased development, and since our development is so low, it's pretty quick. And now I'll colonize the entire kingdom, giving the land to vassals. I don't want to control the land myself, and hopefully our vassals manage to turn the land into something worthwhile, but it might be tricky, so I don't expect them to. Whoa, a fireworm has spawned at our large mine. Unfortunately, we're not a dragon rider, and there ain't no way I'm defeating that myself. Yeah, he just lives here now. Nothing I can do about it. The whole kingdom is ours, not that anyone else wanted it. That stupid fireworm, it's out here killing people, but what am I supposed to do? This guy's huge. Hopefully he doesn't kill us or my family. I completed our oath and now each of our counties has a couple extra development points. Let's pay a mercenary to go kill Fafnar. Well, okay, that failed. I just got at any cost, giving us plus 10% domain taxes, and Avaricious is next for plus 25%, which will make us so rich. My heir is my eldest, a daughter who isn't all that good. I want to replace her with my son, the one who's been very talented from a young age. The only idea I have is to create an election and vote for my son. Every one of our vassals loves us, so that's easy. Is there really nothing I can do about this? Look at this guy's stats. That's insane, by the way. He's just casually a tyrannic leviathan. He's larger than Vagar. Our granddaughter, Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, unrelated to this woman, is a genius. So not only do I want my son to take charge, I also want him for the sake of putting her in charge afterwards. I wish I could just send my entire army after the fireworm and hope for the best. I mean, a lot of people would die, but like, you know. I'm getting really close to paying for the Restore Valyria project. In our newest mine county, the mine is being completed. I like to say this means we won't have any more fireworks to deal with, but of course, there's already one here. Oh wait, I can afford it now. The project will take 25 years to complete, but once it's done, all those crazy creatures won't attack us anymore. I haven't spoken about this yet, but our dynasty has the Dragon Lord's legacy completed. This makes us more likely to successfully tame and use dragons, while also giving us a war goal to conquer entire kingdoms using dragons, which I'll use later. Our kingdom is pretty stable, and our colonies are going to become castles as soon as they reach 3 development. So for now, I'll just be upgrading whatever buildings I can, as soon as I can. This includes the capital's special buildings, all which contribute to the entire capital at large. One of our colonies just completed. That means we only have 2 more to turn to castles. The thing about settlements though is that they add 1 to your max domain limit, so once they turn into castles, we might have to give away some land to vassals. A dragon has been born. Let's name them Hodor. I know I have an election thing going on, but I think the succession might just take care of itself. My daughter has cancer. Wait, I literally just have to do this. I simply have to elevate our son to a co-monarch, and that makes him the heir. The election is pointless. I guess I don't need that anymore. Primogeniture usually chooses the oldest child, but I guess this goes around that. Adopting a centralized bureaucracy is very tempting. I bet it'd make us way more money, and more money is almost always good. I've never actually played with the free city government type, so just in case it breaks the game, I'll make a save before I switch. We're now a free city! And yep, we're immediately making more money. For some reason our heir is his random cousin, and I can't designate our son as my heir, since he's our co-ruler. What? I guess we're sticking with feudal because that makes no sense. I need to start leveling up some castles to level 2, and you know what's crazy? These are so expensive. Actually, now that I think about it, the price is reasonable, and Base Crusader Kings 3 has really cheap buildings. I'm literally building a new castle after all, it should be a lot of money. Our capital is all the way up to a level 3 castle, which is the max it can be. You have to upgrade your castle level to upgrade your economic buildings past certain levels. Whoa, we can build beehives here. That's pretty cool. Another settlement completed and turned into a castle. Unlike our capital, we can build watermills here, which will do all the same things as windmills, but a little bit worse and also decrease construction costs. We only have one settlement left to complete, so once these are built, we'll be set. I'm not completely sure if the fireworm will block us from building a castle or not. I hope we can, because to be honest, we ain't defeating this guy. I'm much better at constructing and upgrading buildings than I am at fighting giant evil creatures. I guess I'm not sure if they're evil or not. I mean, we're in its home, I suppose. It's awesome seeing your descendant start riding a dragon early. Most of these dragons in my family are getting regrown with them though, so they're pretty weak compared to the other dragons. Being a dragon rider would make you more rebellious. But no, you will listen to your grandmother. Okay then, I think we're about to die. Never mind, we're going to survive the stress, but we have a couple options. Should I try to prevent the fires, or do I burn them all like the Mad King? I'm of course going to mitigate the damage, but we're going to be making less money in development for 20 years. Good news is that this effect isn't in our wonderful capital. Remember when I said I wasn't dying? Well, clearly I was wrong. Oh no, our domain limit is so much smaller. Because we're over our limit, the settlement buildings are disabled. So instead of being at 7 out of 5, which I think we should be at, we're at 7 out of 4. Either way, we gotta fix that. If I go to university and get a better education trait, then that'll give us one more slot. I can do this because that special temple building counts as a university. We were successful and went from a level 3 to a level 4 education. Now I can reset my perks and go down the architect tree to get divided attention. In theory, this should be enough, but like I mentioned, the settlement is disabled, so it's not giving us +1 like it should. I held a coronation and we can swear to keep the peace, and once completed, we'll get yet another holding slot. I'm not sure why, but the game decided to fix the settlement and give us the slot we should have. So we're making a lot of money. What else should I spend it on? I'm thinking of building a great fleet. This would give a county this special building here that gives a ton of development growth. We already have a port, and usually you can't have multiple special buildings in one barony, but it's looking like we might be able to here. The Great Fleet will cost us at least 15,000 gold, but there's also these modifiers like one makes buildings cheaper and one makes men-at-arms better, and the third makes entire county give more money. So I'll probably want that. We have a lot of cool counties with a bunch of empty holding slots. Let's build a bunch of cities. Cities provide development growth, and that's my goal with this. These counties have a ton of baronies, so I'm kind of out of money from doing this. I've successfully ensured the peace, so we have an extra holding slot now, which is going to come in handy since this settlement is close to becoming a castle. I'm still not sure if we can do that with a fireworm here. I'm also pretty confident that we're never going to be able to defeat said fireworm. Wow, Fafnar is a male. Can you guys believe it? Now why in the world were people questioning this? Who cares? They're a giant monster. They're making it so I can't upgrade these buildings. Because of that and our constant upgrades, we're actually mostly out of stuff to build, so I'll start rehabilitating the entire island. We finally got enough renown for another legacy, and if you've watched one of my videos, you'll know what I want. I want treasured knowledge in the erudition branch for plus 10% development growth. It's going to take a ton of renown to get there, so we might not be able to do it this game. I have 10,000 prestige, so I want to get a new cultural tradition, although I'm not sure what to replace. Domain of the Crown would make vassals of other cultures and religions way less likely to rebel, which would come in handy later, but right now when playing tall, it's completely useless. I can replace it with hill dwellers. It increases development growth in hills and highlands. That's just bright red and green, so most of the island will get bonuses from this. Why are all these ruins under this title now? But there's still ruins from the look of it? I don't really get it. My son tried to leave my court, so I beat him into submission. Oh wait, I can use prestige to summon dragon lords as well. That could be cool. Oh my god, this is crazy. We're officially stupid rich, so I'll be rehabilitating more of our land. That's another project started, which will take 25 years just like the one in our capital. Speaking of our capital, the development is going up pretty nicely right now. We have all these bonuses for development. Yo, the rehabilitate project has been completed. Now that's a lot of renown. Valyria, a land reborn. The air should no longer be poisoned and the ground should be fertile. Yeah, look at that, the grass is growing back a bit. Apparently we can consecrate our bloodline thanks to the piety we get, and you'll also notice we can once again do the Rehabilitate Valyria project. You see, to fully rehabilitate Valyria, you need to do this great project not once, not twice, but 3 times. That is a lot of money to spend. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure what gets improved each time, but I have all this money to spend anyways. And so, in another 25 years, our capital will get even more rehabilitated. I'm saving money to spend it on the Great Fleet project. Oh, come on, Fafnar. I thought we had an understanding. Yes, he's still roaming my land, and he killed one of my sons. As we get more powerful, I'm looking at this decision to restore the Valyrian freehold as our final goal. It'd give us a hegemony title like the Roman Empire, but now's not the time for us to go for it. There's still progress to be made. Like here, we funded the Great Fleet and we'll have that building in our capital soon. Fafnar is here and we have to fight him. Oh my god, I am so screwed. Look at this size comparison. Yeah, I suppose that was the expected outcome, huh? I wonder if that had to do with our guy's bad eyesight. Probably not. It most likely had to do with the fact that the fireworm simply was 5 or 6 times bigger. Once again, I need to get my domain slot, so I'm going to university. I maxed out the event, which should have increased our education trait, but we got very unlucky, so it didn't. Divided attention will give us 1 slot, and if I secure the piece, which should be easy, I'll get 1 more slot that I need. Our income is much lower when we're a couple over our domain limit, but I can still afford to upgrade the Great Harbor to the max level. This county is also going to get that Great Fleet building soon, so double the harbor and double the development. That's quite funny. After all this time, our colony terrorized by Fafnar has been turned into a castle by an event. I was never going to get Fafnar out of there, so that's nice. He's just got an insane level of combat effectiveness, and his Leviathan status means he'll likely never die of old age either. He is still in the area, but that won't stop me from constructing windmills. Have I mentioned the Royal Court yet? This place is amazing. Look how awesome it looks. Our Great Fleet project was completed, giving us plus 15% tax buff in our capital for 15 years, and of course the special building. We actually have 2 different port special buildings in 1 barony, which is kinda awesome. Oh yeah, we're mostly maxed out for the current techs in the era, except of course the county that only recently became a castle. Since I just have all this money with nowhere to spend it, I'll start rehabilitating the entire kingdom 1 duchy at a time. It's a lot of money, but there's another project paid for and started. I still have these notifications telling me about Fafnar just casually walking around my domain. He's just a moving tourist attraction at this point. In an administrative court, you can increase your court amenities to get extra development growth. Since I'm rich and my kingdom is small, this is definitely worth it. Wait, there's raiders? I haven't had to deal with anything like this the entire game, but now I must kill them. I have a super high commander score with 5 dragons in my army, yet the game still says I'll lose the battle. Yeah, game, that sure looks like I'm losing. So all the enemy troops are dead. I mean, come on, I have 5 dragons in my army. We're up to 24 development in our capital and we're growing at a steady rate, probably growing faster than anywhere else in the world. We still have a pretty low average development in general though, so our research speed is lacking. But you know, once I get this men-at-arms tradition, I may be able to take over the world. With Avaricious, I'm making almost 400 gold a profit per month, and this is while being over my domain limit, restricting my income. Meanwhile, in our dragon pit, Hodor killed this dude. Actually, I'm curious how many dragons we could have in 1 army. Would sending for dragon riders find anyone? I'm not completely sure how it works. Another interesting thing I discovered is that the Great Fleet in our capital can be upgraded. This will make the fleet port building even better, although 18,000 gold is a lot. And the game crashed. My husband has cancer, but I mean, we're rich, so who cares, right? He died right after. It gave me 8 stress. I'm pretty sure donating money gives my character like 80 stress. There's a guy in my court who wants to fight my dragon, and unsurprisingly, he died. I'm marrying off my daughter and heir, and let's just say there's exactly 1 person who's a genius and ready to marry. I really wonder where the red hair came from though. Whoa, she got pregnant fast. Yikes. We're up to 30 development now, and we got so many buildings going on in this city. While 30 development isn't the best thing ever in regular Crusader Kings 3, it's pretty good in a Game of Thrones, and the rate at which it's growing is nuts. Our Great Fleet project completed once again, and now for the 3rd and final upgrade to it. I could spend 21,000 gold, actually nuts, but I'm sure I'll do it eventually. The final level would give plus 50% development growth. At around the same time, our capital duchy of Valyria was restored yet again, and the grass has become just a little bit greener. Like I mentioned earlier, I can do this one more time to fully rehabilitate the land here. It costs 10,000 gold, but I have just enough to start it right away. In only 25 years, our capital will be perfectly restored to its old glory. In 3 years, we will discover the men-at-arms innovation, and I'll be very tempted to start conquering once that happens. Other cultures around Ethos, the continent we're off the coast of, are either around the same level of advancement or even a little bit ahead in some areas, so we've caught up in regards to that as well. Our kingdom is nearly perfect, and now's a good time to start expanding. Not conquering quite yet, but we can colonize the land around us to form an empire title. I can either go expand by myself, send a vassal, or send a courtier. I'm choosing to send a courtier as they're guaranteed to say yes, and I don't really want the land myself. Although I don't have infinite courtiers, so I need to pay some money to hire new visitors, and then I can send them too. My goal is to begin colonizing this entire other island to our east. It's a pretty small island, so I was able to do it very quickly. To form the empire title, however, I'll need the kingdom to our west. It's significantly larger than the other one. I know I said I don't want to claim the land myself, but I'm actually okay doing it. It's just that we can't travel to more than one at once. Once I get the land, I'll just give it to some random noble, which will generate us a new vassal out of thin air. Some of our vassals will be our family members, which hopefully mean they'll never want to rebel, but we'll see about that. Let's create the third kingdom of Valyria. And now we can create the Empire of Valyria. After a university event, I was able to get a better education trait and raise our max domain limit. With our empire and 7 out of 7 holdings, we're making 440 gold per month. Each county we colonize costs up to 500 gold, which does mean we can go out and take at least one per month. We completely control the empire now. We don't have to worry about these islands because they're uninhabitable. We're about to unlock the men-at-arms innovation. And since we're an empire, we also have another men-at-arms slot. I'm just using dragon guards and some siege units. I don't need anyone else. These guys who went out and colonized the land for us keep dying and giving us the land for me to just give away again. It's pretty annoying. I'm swearing to expand the realm. Before going through wars, we need to prepare our dragons. I have a few dragons with no riders, so I'll invite people willing to try and hop themselves up on one. They've arrived and now they'll be heading to the dragon pit. Lady Jahara was successful at taming a dragon, so I'll give them gold to keep them loyal. Now we have 5 tamed dragons in our army. With these dragons, we can use the draconically conquered kingdom war goal, and I can use this war goal over and over again thanks to our dynasty traditions. I just had to wait a bit longer to unlock the men-at-arms innovation. The next innovation doesn't matter, so I'll just try to get more development. Let's boost our military's numbers. I'm not sure how important this is since, you know, we have dragons, but more soldiers can't be a bad thing. I'll have to wait for the troops to replenish. The goal is to restore the Valyrian freehold. To do so, we need the entire Valyrian peninsula, which will take us colonizing a lot more land. And we need to control at least 3 empire title territories that were former colonies of the Valyrian freehold. Oh, and that's completely control, so I can't just get the titles. Yeah, the peninsula really just requires us to colonize a lot of land, which I don't want to do, but obviously I gotta. I'll just get one county at a time slowly over time. This right here will be much more fun, taking over an entire kingdom with the power of dragons. I'm just going to be sending my men-at-arms, and you know what, I'll lead my army too, that should be a joy. I can use a dragon to help us in the siege, but which dragon to use? Also, how much destruction should I go for? I mean, I don't really care about this city, so that doesn't matter to me. This city is awesome, by the way. When it comes to battles, they stand no chance. They have some anti-dragon scorpions, which are basically giant crossbows, but they don't help enough. We captured the enemy war leader straight away, so there's an entire kingdom. So much land that the game froze for a second there. I'll give away the kingdom to our niece or something. Good for her. She'll still serve as my vassal, of course. Oh crap, my son died during the battle. Man, at least he wasn't my heir. That sucks though. We're down to 3 dragons after that. I potentially messed up by making our niece a queen. It removed her from our army. I wish she could use her dragon in our army anyways, but that's not how Crusader Kings 3 works. My strategy for colonizing is to recruit all our guests and send them off to fend for themselves. It's kind of funny if you think about it, but it's just what I gotta do. If they succeed, they get to be a count, so they shouldn't be too mad. After a few wars, we control most of the empire of Atlantis. We'll need these 5 empires completely under our control to form the Valyrian freehold. Or at least I think that's how it'll work. I'll just keep declaring wars and get back to you guys when something crazy or funny happens. I'm using my dragons to basically destroy the land we're conquering, which wouldn't make sense if we wanted to use it, but I don't care about the other people, I just want to control them. We've taken over Mentaurus, so another kingdom achieved. After that destruction, the reasonable people will actually join us peacefully, which is definitely the right choice if you don't have a dragon. The Slavers Bay region has realms bigger than kingdoms, so I'll have to go to war with them multiple times to get the land we want. Should I be worried that the game is saying this is certain death? Apparently not, because we killed the entire enemy army. The forts here are higher level and sieging is taking a lot of time. Oh, I love this option. Another kingdom achieved. Meanwhile, 400 dudes are trying to beat us in a war. Yeah, I don't think they'll manage to win this one. We got a big war coming up against Marine. It was easy though. I've ran out of people in my family to give land to, so I just gotta hope the vassal I pick stays loyal. These big kingdom vassals are boosting your income. I might end up making the most gold per month I've ever gotten. We have a couple more kingdoms left in this empire, but I'm gonna have to wait for the truces to end. So for the first time in my YouTube career, I have a section of a video messed up by technical errors. My game crashed and it messed up the recording, a 2-hour long section. The good news is this game lets you roll back old saves. I continued waging war on the surrounding kingdoms, bringing our kingdom to look like this. Every once in a while, colonies get abandoned, so I need to go back and reclaim the ones in our kingdom so that we fully control the land. I believe there's just this one more county to claim. I don't think there's anything else we need. And yep, look at our huge realm of all these empires. We now have the decision to restore the Valyrian freehold, which will give us 10,000 prestige that we don't need. It'll give us this cultural tradition that kind of makes us like the Roman Empire. And now, we're the Restorer. We have a new hegemony title, a title higher than Empire. You'll notice that our capital is yellow with development. I'd say this means we definitely restore Valyria. If I kept the game playing, I'd continue to get more development than the rest of the world. P.S. We're making 1600 gold a profit per month right now, and we're 2 over our domain limit. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to use my Raid Shadow Legends link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses for new players with 3 legendary champions.